everyone, Lauren from A Girl and Her Wool here. We might actually be joined by Nacho for the first time in a while. He's making his way over. I feel like he hasn't really come up since I started doing the lights. There's just a lot more going on here. So he's trying to find his way around and in here. Come on. All right, so we have Nacho here with us today. Hi, buddy. Anyway, so today I'm going to do a Faux Friday post. I haven't done a finished object post here in a long time. I haven't finished a project in a really long time, and I think the last project that I finished was vanilla socks, and so I don't typically do Faux Friday posts on vanilla socks. Oh, he's cuddling with me and it makes me so happy. My cats are not lap cats, so anytime they actually like lay on my lap, it just makes my day. Do you know that you make my day? All right, so anyway, I'm so excited to do a Faux Friday post with you guys. I finished this up maybe a week ago and woven the ends and blocked it, and now I'm ready to show you guys and not get it clawed to death. So you're getting a sneak peek. All right, so what is it? So the finished object that I have to show you guys today is my Golden Dusk MKAL. So this is a pattern, and I assume it's the Golden Dusk shawl now, but I am not sure. But it's the Golden Dusk MKAL that Tamy Gore did. I'm trying to show all of it. So you can see it came out pretty large, but not humongous. This is a good size shawl. And I used, so again, it was a mystery knit along, but it has long since been revealed. And I used my 4 Spices kit. So I have a mini skein set called the Cinnamon Spark mini skein set. And based on that, I kind of made some colorways out of that. So the lightest color here is Cayenne Pepper. Cayenne Pepper, oops, let me go from the other end. So Cayenne Pepper is kind of this lighter orangey color, and then he's being naughty. That's why I probably shouldn't have him sit on my lap. The gray is Sea Salt, which is just kind of like a bluish gray with speckles of like blues and kind of some of the colors from Cayenne Pepper. Then we have, it's not full. So then we have Purple Basil, which is pretty much a purple tonal that has some bits of brown in it, and again, some of like the more bronzy colors. And then I have smoked, okay, I'm gonna regret inviting Nacho up over here. Smoked Paprika, which is a darker version of Cayenne Pepper. So you can kind of see the two of them playing off of each other. Smoked Paprika is probably my current colorway obsession right now. I want a sweater out of Smoked Paprika. So we'll see if I get there. But yeah, so all in all, these 4 colors combined are my 4 Spices collection. I knit this shawl on my Silk DK base, so A Girl and Her Wool on Silk DK, which is a 50% superwash merino, 50% silk DK weight yarn, and used, I would say, almost all of the skeins up. It was a really quick knit. It doesn't seem like it because I started it in October. But what I will say about it is I knit it at the same time in conjunction with the Stephen West mystery knit along, which is not a quick knit. I'm still not done with it. And so I would do 1 clue of one shawl and then 1 clue of the other. So this one I would like work on really quickly. I think I would get through a clue in like a day or 2, and then have the Stephen West one for weeks. So it is a pretty quick knit. It goes really quickly, and part of that too, and I'll hold it up again once he kind of settles down a little bit, is that it's very much a stitch sampler. And so you get a lot of different stitches and along the way. I will link below to, I did kind of like project recap videos after each clue. So I think I did it after each clue 1, clue 2, and clue 3, but maybe just 1 and 2. And I talked about this a lot in that you get a lot of different stitches in this shawl, which is really fun. It's always changing. The colors are always changing, and the stitches are always changing. So you do, and I'll hold it up now, but Nacho, you need to be good. So you start off right away, I mean with some garter stitch, but there's very little brioche. If you haven't done brioche, don't be frightened by doing it in here. You don't do it for very long, and it's very straightforward. There's striping, some slip stitches, mosaic knitting, some more kind of textured stitches, brioche, very simple lace. So like it has a little of everything, but it's all very straightforward. So mosaic knitting is like basic color work knitting, where you're using slip stitches to basically mock color work knitting, but you're only ever using one color at a time. And then of course, like I said, the lace is pretty basic. It's just kind of yarn overs, knit two together type of thing. The brioche, again, is very straightforward. Striping, again, only ever one color. And then you kind of repeat those patterns. And then at the end here, you see some short rows. So if you haven't done short rows ever before, you can get a little bit of experience in the short rows. And so as I hold it up and I've kind of talked about all that, you see the colors change often and the stitches change often, so that you're never kind of doing anything for so long, which is really nice, and it makes it go really quick. One thing I will say about the colors is that, and I'm going to talk about the base in a little bit, but kind of getting into it, the silk base is really shimmery and shiny, and so it actually brightens up the colors a little bit. So on other bases, like on here, cayenne pepper is pretty light and bright. A lot of that has to do with the silk content. On my sock base, cayenne pepper is a little bit more orangey and not necessarily like darker, but definitely like more saturated looking, and that just is the silk content in here. The base itself, again, I said it's on my Silk DK base. I don't currently, I think I have like one skein of it in stock. I haven't restocked Silk DK since I've sold out of it, primarily because I think you can't get a sense of, okay, he's gone. You can't get a sense of how shimmery and shiny this is until you see it in person. And I mean that wholeheartedly. I really, the beauty that is this base, you can only appreciate in person, touching it and seeing it. It's just so bright and shimmery and shiny, and it is so soft and luxurious. Like if you have sensitivities, you won't be sensitive to this base. Like, I mean, you might be, of course, but most likely you will find it soft. And so I think I'm gonna hold off and either make it like a festival only base, or at least wait until I'm next at a festival, so people can get an appreciation for it. Because of the silk content, it is a higher priced base, and it's just not what I want to be stocking right now until like kind of people can appreciate it. And I will say, even someone bought it and their review mentioned that, like how much nicer the base was, and the pictures didn't do it justice. And it's just, I don't want to hold that base in stock until I can like get it out there in person. So anyway, if you are interested in it, me saying that, like if you guys do want to see it kind of restocked, let me know. Otherwise, these colors are available on my other bases. So I don't have this in kit form, but I can put it on my regular DK base. If you do want to make this pattern using it, definitely let me know. But any of these colors go really nicely together, and they are all available kind of separate, so you can still make the shawl with them. So yeah, I love these colors. I'm obsessed. It was a mystery knit along, and throughout it I was thinking a lot about would I have changed the order of the colors if it hadn't been a mystery. So like, would I have done anything different, or did I like how it went? You guys can see how I plan to do these colors. I'll link the video down below. I did a kind of a project planning video, and I'll show you kind of the analysis that I did of how the designer kind of explained the mystery knit along and how I picked the colors. And I have to say, I don't think I would have. I think when I got to here, I was like, when do I get to bring in color 4? Because if you look at this point, it's all colors 1, 2, and 3. And I'm telling you, smoked paprika is my favorite. So I just wanted to bring that in, and you don't until like clue 3 or 4. And so the whole time I was like, man, I should have changed out, you know, put smoked paprika somewhere else. But you do use quite a lot of it at the end here. Like you can see it's in that short row section. It has this whole lace and brioche section to itself. And so it's not sporadically throughout, but it is in that section, and it is paired in the way that I thought it was going to be. So in her kind of sample, she had a light and dark tone of a similar color, which is how I came up with smoked paprika, was to do a darker tone of cayenne pepper. And I do love how they're paired together to kind of get like that shadowy kind of effect. And so overall, looking at it as a finished piece, I think it's perfect how it is. I would not have changed the order of the colors. I trusted how the designer explained it, and of course that meant that it worked out perfectly. So I love this shawl. I love the colors in it. I do. I keep thinking they're like fall colors and I should hibernate them, but I don't think I can yet. I'm not ready to hibernate these colors. So they are still all gonna stay available for the time being. Again, not on the Silk Decay base, but they are available on everything else. So you can definitely go check them out. And if you guys are interested in kits specifically for this, I can set them up. They probably will stay as 100-gram skeins of each, because again, I really think I used most, maybe not of smoked paprika. I'm gonna weigh my leftovers, and I might create kind of like a smaller kit that's specific to this pattern. But first, let me know if you're interested. Otherwise, I probably will keep it as it is, just because again, not that this pattern isn't good and exciting, but it's kind of after the, well, no, it's not after the effect. People like to knit older patterns. So let me know if you want kits, and I will probably put them up. But I am just so excited to wear this. Again, it's got quite a big front, like it's not long. I don't have long ends sticking out, but the triangle does cover like most of my body. So me kind of sitting up, it definitely like is my outfit, right? Like I wouldn't wear this as an accessory piece, but I don't think it is an accessory piece. I do think it's like a statement piece, and so I would totally wear this with like a plain shirt underneath and just have this be what I'm wearing. So anyway, it is so soft and comfortable. I am going to wrap myself in this on cold days, which is not today. I don't think today is so cold. So anyway, that is it for this Faux Friday post. Again, you can kind of check out the vlogs along the way for my experience knitting with it. Again, I have knit every texture that is in here, and so none of it caught me up. It was really fast knit. It would even be interesting to go back and watch that, and especially, yeah, I think it was in that project planning where I talked about this Stephen West pattern versus the Tamy Gore pattern, and I talked about how the Tamy Gore one would probably be more straightforward, but it would be something that I would love, versus the Stephen West one, I would probably be doing things that I had never done before, but I probably wouldn't want to wear it, just because the shawls are so humongous that I've made from him, and I think that's like a recent trend, but still it's something recent. And I haven't finished the Stephen West one, so I will still be able to tell you that it will be huge. I'm not that far from the end, and it is humongous. And again, this is just something that I see myself wearing so much more, so it did not disappoint. I love Tamy Gore's patterns. This is the third one now. They are the type of patterns that I never want to end, and that rarely happens for me, because like I'm such a checkbox person that I love to finish things and check them off and move on to the next, and to have something that like I don't want to be over is just rare for me, but it always happens with her patterns. So A+, thumbs up. I love this. I'm excited for maybe a festival to happen in the future where you guys can see it and touch it in person, because it is just so lovely and nice. But for now, I will enjoy it here in my home. So again, excited to have a finished object, and I'm excited to move on to the next. I really am trying to focus on finishing the Stephen West pattern, but I just have a lot of rows left, and I get maybe one done every few days, so. Anyway, that is it for this Faux Friday. Again, really enjoyed this pattern. It went really quick. If you want like kind of a larger shawl that's not fingering weight, because it is DK weight, so it's just a little bit warmer, a little bit squishier, I definitely recommend this one. I also love her Ashbrook shawl, and I also knit the Drifter shawl, which I really enjoyed. The Ashbrook is probably my favorite make to date, maybe competing now with this one. So overall, really fun, really great, and that is it. So have a great weekend. Next week we will be doing another Dye With Me video, and if you haven't checked out, on Tuesday I posted a video just reflecting on things I wish I knew, things I've changed in my business, things I have stressed about, and now what I'm excited about. So if you haven't already, go check that out. And if you want to see more photos of this, go check out my Instagram, and I will have posted finished object photos, so you can go check that out. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and go check out the shop. I'll have it linked down below where you can check out these colorways. And also, I will say, so this is the 4 Spices kit. I also have a 4 Spices colorway that combines all of these colors into one skein. I am going to be hibernating that until the fall. So these individual colors are going to stay available for now, but I will be hibernating the actual 4 Spices colorway. So if you haven't already, go check that out, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.